You're watching Friday Night Football Fever with Pete Byrne and Carl Deffenbaugh. Presented by TCU. The hits start now.
Good evening and welcome to Friday Night Football Fever on WSBT-22. The musical chairs of hosts that we've had over the last few weeks continues. We got the D block tonight. Carl Deffenbaugh alongside Mr. Adam Darengowski.
We came up with that on our own. Just 2 weeks left in the regular season for Indiana high schools, and that means a slate of games packed with major implications when it comes to conference championships.
That's for sure. We're going to get to that, but we start tonight with just a good old rivalry game, the battle for Mishawaka bragging rights.
That's right. Let's head to Atolsky Field, where Mishawaka and Marion, now in opposite divisions in the new look NIC, but the Cavemen would jump out in front. We know they can run, but Darian Phillips goes to the air and connects with Ryan Robalewski, no relation, from the 18-yard touchdown. They would miss the two-point conversion. Mishawaka leads 19-7. The Knights would drive back with a little trickeration. Bryce Tomasi pitches it to Joe Ravato, who flings it back across the field for Tomasi. Marion scores on the double pass. They now trail 19-14. After holding Mishawaka on fourth down, it's fourth down right now with time running out. Bryce Tomasi is going to drop back, scan the field, and he has nobody to throw to. He's going to fire one up in desperation, but it will fall to the turf. The Cavemen down the Knights in a big-time rivalry game, 19-14.
Those ones are always good. Another cross-division rivalry at Schoolfield. Washington had won 5 in a row coming in against Adams. Scoreless in the first. Andrew Burgess loading up and hits Brandon Wadley full extension for an incredible catch by Wadley. The Eagles knocking on the door, and they busted open a few plays later. The direct snap to Gabe Brooks, making his dad Reggie proud. Adams goes up 7-0. So the Panthers need to answer. Tyler White can't find anyone open, so he takes off, weaving his way through that Eagle defense. Now, the ball comes out here at the end, but White luckily gets it back, and then he would cash it in. A wheel route to Jalen Lee, just wide open. All Adams from then on, though. An impressive 42-14 win for the Eagles. It is their third straight victory. Coach Redmond has them rolling. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the NIC, been a tough year for Elkhart Central. They held on to the Mangy Lion Trophy with a win over Memorial to start the year. Haven't gotten a W since.
That's right. It's been tough, and tonight doesn't get any easier as they had to hit the road to take on one of the top teams in the state in the Penn Kingsmen.
Good luck.
The senior night for the Kingsmen at Freed Field, TCU Freed Field. Blazers hoping to spoil the party as first drive for the Kingsmen from 2 yards out. Paul Dawson gets the handoff and dives into the end zone. Penn out to an early 7-0 lead. It all wasn't roses for Penn. Harvard-bound quarterback Camden Bone drops back. And how do you like them apples, says Brian Vance as he picks him off. Harvard who? Although the Blazer drive would stall from then on. As next series for Penn, delayed handoff to Rashid Fahim, who gets to the second level, and he is ghost. 30-yard touchdown run. Penn routs Elkhart Central 56-0. They clinch a share at least of the NIC North title with a big game next week against Mishawaka.
That's right. We got to get Brian Kelly to teach you that Boston accent a little better. How about that? A couple of old foes meeting as new members of the NIC. Bremen at Jimtown tonight. The Jimmies were up 14-0 at the break, but the Lions roar on the opening drive of the second half. Matt Box up top to Ryan Topper. That's appropriate. 37-yard pickup down to the 11. Bremen calls this next play Taco Bell. And a good thing Taco Bell is open late, right? Ram De Palma into the end zone, cuts the lead in half, and suddenly I'm hungry for a chalupa.
Fourth mealer.
Lions on the move again. Box trying to make something happen, avoids a sack, but it's never good when you throw back across the middle like that, right? Great diving interception by Trevor Hobbs, and the Jimmies have the ball. They would make them pay. Third down from the 10-yard line, and Sam Pollock dumps it off to Kenny Kern, who dives for the pylon. He is in there. Jimtown wins 35-14. They close things out at New Prairie next week in what should be a good one.
Tacos for everyone. Something has got to give at Jackson Field. Riley and Clay both sitting at 0-7 this season. Not a great start for the Colonials. John Holloway on the carry, loses control of the football, and the Cats would pounce on it as they recover. Literally the next play from scrimmage, Ricky Davia drops back and gets picked off.
No.
Jaden Riffle makes the big play, and that pushes Clay past Riley by a final of 24-14.
Congratulations on their first win. Some other scores from elsewhere in Indiana. St. Joe beats Culver Military Academy 27-14. Knox whoops Triton 40-14, and Pioneer blasts Culver 49-14. Adam, we've got to take a quick timeout, but what do we have when we come back?
Well, the first place team in the Northern Lakes, Concord, trying to hold on to that top spot. Plus, we'll head up north for the action in Michigan and much more when Fever returns.